Hello, YouTube world out there. My name is Mr. Natural, and welcome to my music school here in the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco, California. And welcome. We've been doing ear training and dictation training. So we're going to go back to that next week really hard and start with some newer code words. But for tonight, I want to sum up what we've been doing the last two lessons. And in the last two lessons, I've been showing you techniques, and methods, and forms that you can use to just plug these code words in and generate rhythms that make absolute sense that you can use in your improvisations or when you're writing songs, etc., etc. But tonight, in the first half of this, I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit difficult to comprehend in short. So bear with me. We're going to use some what I used to call 20-league boots to go fishing. So, all right. Tonight we're going to talk about a thing which is my very, very favorite, and I feel the most powerful tool you can learn as a composer or as a music reader out there is a thing called Rhythmic Curve. Now, before we get into Rhythmic Curve, I need to explain a little bit something about the notation system that we use, which is called the staff. There are 5 lines and 6 spaces that make up the staff. And what happened is this ability to write things on papyrus or write them down on paper or on a piece of cloth and be able to preserve them only started happening between the 9th and 10th century. Before the 9th and 10th century, they used a thing called solfege. And solfege, a lot of you have heard people sing do, re, mi, fa, sol. So they go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And I'm sure you've heard Julie Andrews sing in The Sound of Music, do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of, golden sun, etc., etc. So what happens is do, re, mi is what's called a movable do system, which is what solfege means. It's used a lot for ear training, and people used to use this system to memorize songs. So they didn't write them down, they memorized them, and they passed them on via word of mouth orally from one group to the next. You used to have to come and live with a musician every day and be an apprentice for 2 to 5 years so you could learn enough songs before you could be the director of a chorus in a church, for instance. So this do-re-mi system was a way of memorizing songs, and there's a lot of people who still preserve it, and I'm all for the people who preserve it, but I'm not for the people who wave their flag of preserving it, insisting that it must be used or done. Because when I did a little study, I found out that do was the beginning of the first verse of a prayer. Re was the second verse of that prayer. Mi started the third verse of the prayer. And so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which is Latin, which is a dead language, which I don't think really needs to be preserved in music, is actually first verse, second verse, third verse, fourth verse, fifth verse, etc. So it's another way of just simply saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? And that's the system for creating melodies. Now, what happened around the 9th and 10th century, as people began figuring out a way to script this, everybody started singing on do. So the people back then thought, well, why don't we just do this? We'll draw a simple line on a piece of paper. We'll call this do 1, or I like to say X marks the spot. And then we would decide whether we're going below do or whether we're going above do. So in this case, I'm saying, are we going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or are we going 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. So we're either going under the line, which means we're going below do, or we go above the line to mean we're going above do. And what they would do is they would just guess at the distance. And then when they sat down with a keyboard or with an instrument, a stringed instrument or something like that, they could figure out precisely the notes, the numbers, and the intervals that they were using. Now, this is all based on basically two different philosophies or epistemologies of music. One epistemology, the ABC system, is based on what we call a fixed system. And by that, I mean if I said this line was the note C on the piano, then the middle C on the piano and that line would be one and the same. There'd be a one-to-one match, okay? And everything else would be some things are not like the other, right? So there's this one-to-one match. You see this something on this line, and you just hit that key, and that's it. Now the problem with that system is there are 12 different keys on the piano that we can play in, and we would have to re-memorize the ABC pattern for the same song in all 12 keys. So learning to spell it by ABC using a fixed system, we would have to constantly regenerate that song over and over and over again. What happens by using a movable do system or a movable system is you can use the numbers 1 through 7, which is your basic scale, and you can start that scale on any note that you want, any place on any of those 12 notes, and then relativity play it. So I like to refer to as the fixed system using the ABCs as the Newtonian idea of gravity or the Newtonian system. And what happened is later on came a guy named Albert Einstein who developed a system called relativity in which everything is compared to everything else. So the observer and what's observed are one and the same, and we look at relationships between these things. The movable do system or the solfege system is a movable system or relativity, and the other system, the Newtonian system, is fixed. The advantage to the movable system is you can learn a song by number, and then you can start on any note playing any scale that you want and generate that song. Once it's been memorized by number, it can be played in all 12 keys, and theoretically, there's a possibility of 35 different spellings for just the major scale alone, where we use sharps, flats, double sharps, and double flats, and occasionally in some keys, you'll wind up with triple sharps and triple flats. We have things called minor, major, augmented, and diminished, but we also have double augmentation and double diminution. So there are 5 possibilities for each of these keys. So if I have something in the key of A, I can also have the key of A flat, I can have A double flat, I can have A sharp, and I can have A double sharp. And what happens is we have 7 letter names, so you multiply 5 times 7, that's 35, and there are 35 possible spellings for the major scale. And in the fixed or Newtonian system, I would have to re-memorize the song over and over and over. Also, if I move to another instrument, I'd have to learn that over and over and over. But if we learn the movable system, we only have to learn the one spelling of the song, and we can move it into the other keys by simply playing that scale. We can put that on any other instrument in any key by finding a scale or that same scale on another instrument, and we are now transcribing for that instrument by still using the same number pattern. So, another thing about the number pattern or relativity is the ear, most people do not have what we call perfect pitch, which would be a fixed system. Most people have what we call relative pitch, which is the movable do system. And the movable do system is the thing that's easiest for the ear to pick up on. So in Europe, where they're still teaching do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, students coming out of grade school and going into high school can look at a piece of music, can grab any old note in their arsenal and start singing the song. They're much better at sight singing than we are here in America or in Mexico, Canada, and some of the more Western countries, because we've lost this idea of the movable do system, and we've focused on the Newtonian fixed system, the matching 1-to-1 without anything moving, being frozen in stone. So with this movable do system, which is the way the ear actually hears things, we just have to adapt our eye for that system. And since we're dealing with rhythms, the thing we need to do is know whether the pitch of our melody is going up or whether the pitch is going down. We need to know what pitch it starts on, and we need to know what pitch it ends on. So the story starts with a simple line, and this line becomes 1. And then I can guesstimate at how high above the line or how low below the line I'm going as to what the pitch might be. To put this in simpler terms, let's take a very simple rhythm pattern, an isorhythm, and we'll use bum, 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 bum. Now what I want to do is I want to sing that or play that on the piano. The first thing I must know is that songs, 99% of the time, a song in major will end on the note, which is the name of the key that you're in. So at the end of a song, we always come back to 1. And the fastest way to find out if you're listening to a CD or you're listening to a record or you're listening to an MP3 file or something online, the fastest way of finding out how you can play along with that is to go to the end of the song, listen to the last chord, listen to the last note, and whatever that note is, that will be the key that most of the piece is in. And then you can learn that scale and then go back and start all over. So let's just start with generalization, saying songs end on the number 1. That way they come back to a period and there's no motion and no tension. The other thing, if you look at songs in general, you'll see that they start on a 1 chord. Now the 1 chord is spelled 1, 3, 5. It would be C, E, G. 1, 3, 5. And then the high 1. 1, 5, 3, 1. And the song can start on any one of these. For instance, if I were to sing London Bridge is falling down, all I had to do to play that song was to memorize the first note. And then by ear, I was able to play the rest of the song. And the first note is the number 5. London Bridge is falling down. Da 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 da. And then I can get this bum 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 bum. I can work out the rhythm, and then I can plug that rhythm into here and say, well, this first note here is going to start on 5. And the next thing I need to do is, with my ear, ask myself 2 questions. Is it going up or down? And how far? So what I have to do is, from note to note, sort of step through it and use that old idea or adage of the Russian Revolution. They used to say in Russian history it would take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back and 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Well, you have to sort of think like that. I'm going da 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 da. My voice is going up. So I know that on the next note I'm going to go up. The question is now, how far? Well, it so happens I know that it's just a single step. So I'm going from 5, 6, I come back to 5, and then fa, da, 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 da. It's going down. Da, 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 and da, da, and then it comes back up. So what happens is you're getting, starts on 5, goes up, comes down like this, then goes back up, and winds up being back up here at 5 again. And we get this little shape, you see? This little sort of sine wave shape. And if I take and plug the rhythms onto that shape, now we might not know exactly what those notes are. If I'm on an airplane, for instance, I'm trying to compose off the top of my head, I might not know exactly what those notes are, but I can just approximate how far above the line I think they are. And the important thing is what direction are they moving in. So I know I'm going bum, bum, and then coming down, bum, 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 and coming back up. So my notes, they are following that same shape. This is rhythmic curve. So, say I wanted to compose starting on something like Mary had a little lamb, Mary had a little lamb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, da da da. Oops, sounds like it's starting on 3. Now, what does it do after that? Mary, my voice is going down. Mary had a, oops, it's coming up now. So let's follow the shape. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. So now what's happening is it's coming down, going up, holding, coming down, holding, going up, skipping way up over here, and this whole thing starts on the number 3. If I take a song like bum 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 bum, ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum 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 bum. So there I'm doing When the Saints Go Marching In. It starts on da 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 da. It's skipping over the 2. Da 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 da. So it starts here on 1. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. And again, I can represent that as just a line going da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. And again, what do I have? I have this shape that's going like that, drops, comes up like that, drops, comes up, down, up, makes this little like mountain shape. This is the curve. And if I listen for rhythms and drop rhythms on here, and say, I'm just making this up. I'm just taking these rhythms and writing these rhythms out in this curved shape. And what happens is I'm creating what's called a rhythmic curve. So now if I'm on an airplane or I'm someplace and I want to start writing, I can take a couple rhythms and play them off against each other. I can decide how far above one I am. Am I on 1? Am I on 3? Am I on 4, 5? Am I above it? Or maybe in the case of Amazing Grace, I'm starting below 1. On Amazing Grace, we're starting down here on the number 5, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. So what's happening is we're actually starting below 1, coming up to 1, going up to 3, 2, 1, 2. And we've got this rhythmic curve here where it's below the reference line, goes above the reference line, comes back and goes back up. So now let's just jam with a simple rhythm. I have here bum, 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 bum. I can go I want to start bum, bum, bum. I'm going to start on 3. Bum, 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 bum. So I just go like this. Bum, 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 bum. And then this is the first note. Bum, 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 bum. And I've written out a curve for this rhythm that sort of represents my melody. Now, if I could sit and figure out da da da, 1, 2, 3, and say, oh, this note here is starting on 3. Now I know what this distance from here to that line is, and I can guess that this note's on the line, that note's back to that, to the 3, this note's on the line, back to the 3, maybe this is coming down to a 2 or a 1, or even below. Let's try taking a song like bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum. Well, here's one. And this song is starting not on 1, not on 3, not on 5, but it's starting on a 1 way up here above the 1, an octave higher. And we're going bum, 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 bum. And now let's put in the rhythm. Drum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And again, I can do that here. Bum, 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 bum. This will be low. Bum, 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 bum. And I can write out the rhythmic curve. Okay, let's try something that's going ba 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 bum bum. Here's my 1. Let's say it starts on 1. Bum 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 bum. And the rhythm is bum bum Tarzan, bum bum Tarzan, bum bum. And you can see there's our melody. Bum 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 bum. Let's try something a little bit more complicated. Let's say I'm going bum 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 bum. And I'm going Tarzan, Tarzan, Tarzan. Drum, drum. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bum, 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 bum. And it's going bum, 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 bum. Now put in the rhythms. Bum 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 bum. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could write this in 5, 4. And you can see bum 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 bum. There's the rhythmic curve. Let's say I have something that's going bum, 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 bum. So here I have a 4-beat note, a whole note, and a quarter note tied together. So together this is equals 5 beats. Bum, 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 bum. And again, here we have 5 beats. And this is 1 beat, 1 beat. So a whole note, quarter note tied, and then da, 4, 4. Bum, 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 bum. And there I have my curve. Now when I get this rhythmic curve, I can go sit down to my piano and I can work out the melody notes. I found this is the best way when I'm traveling or I'm on a bus or something and I have just a pencil and a matchbook cover. You know, I will sit and I get an idea in my head and I go, oh, let's see, where is it? Oh, it's starting below 1, so it would be down here. Let's write out the rhythm and let's curve that rhythm into the melody shape. Now I get home and I look at that and I go, oh, it started on the 5 below 1. So I go to 5 below 1. And all of a sudden I can start figuring out what that melody was. I have something there on paper that will remind me of what I had written and will give me the up and down information, and I will guess at how far the interval has gone, what the distance is, and be able to preserve the distance and the direction up and down inside of the rhythm. So I'm still thinking rhythm, but I'm putting it in a melody now. I'm taking a guess at what the first note might be. Is it below 1 or above 1? Putting that rhythm above or below the single line, which we'll call the staff. And then later when I'm at the piano or on my guitar or playing my clarinet, I can work out specifically the melody that I have. Now I've written down rhythmic curves and put them in a drawer, and 6 or 7 months later, I've come back and pulled that out and looked at it, and I've been able to sit down at the piano and reproduce almost precisely what it was I had in my head back then without having to write out all the intervals, just having a guesstimate of the direction so they go in. So what's important here? First, having a reference point, which we can call 1. Point 2, am I starting below it, like at a low 5? I'm starting above it, say on a 3. Third point, from where I start, am I going up or am I going down? From here, am I going up? Do I go up to the line or do I go up past here, say to a 3? And can I write a rhythmic line that's going bum, 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 and just walk bum, 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 and just walk up from that 5 up to the 3, right? And I can do this in lots of different ways. Now, we talked about last week duets. This is a good way of writing a duet. If I'm writing out a rhythm pattern here, or putting in a rhythmic curve here, what I can do is take the other instrument and say, oh, they're going to start here, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. Every time this guy goes up, we'll come down, and until finally we get almost a mirror image of that little piece, and then I can sit, write out the rhythms, and then figure out what the intervals are on the piano later, and I preserve the overall melody and the rhythm of what it is I want. I just have to sit down and fine-tune it. So this is one of the most powerful tools I know for being able to have just a pencil, a piece of paper, and sitting around in the park one day, hum a note, say, oh, that's my 1, figure out where I'm starting, and start writing out the rhythm, and then bending the rhythm up and down across that line so I can express the melody that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's it for this week. We're going to sum it up. And next week, what we're going to do is what I said last week we would do this week, which is we're going to start looking at things like, let's take alligator. Let's see what happens when we tie syllables together. What if I tie all of these syllables together and leave this one? I can rewrite this like this. Put down, this has right here 2 flags. So I can go like that, then put my note head in, right? So I have 2 flags, so there's a 16th note. Over here, these 2 together make an eighth note, a quarter note, and then I have this little piece left over, and I can go like that. And now what I have is this kind of a rhythm, and this would be al, tor, al, tor, al, al, tor. So I say these silently in my head and go al, tor, al, tor, al, tor. And then if I listen to it for a while, what I'm hearing is hum-ty, 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 hum-ty. If I reverse this, take these 4 syllables. Now this time, what I'm going to do is take the back 3 and tie them together so they're held. And now I'm going to say alligator, 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 alligator. And what I'm getting now is a rhythm that looks where I'm putting the 16th over here, having the 8th note here with a dot after it, and now I'm getting al, al, which is, so out there people asked me once, oh, I saw you had butter. What's butter? Here's butter, okay? So this is butter, butter, butter. And the other one was hum-ty, 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 dum-ty, hum-ty, dum-ty, butter, butter, hum-ty, dum-ty, butter, bread, drum. Okay? Next week, we're going to pick up and go back into ear training. So we've shown you for the last 3 weeks tools and methods and forms and shapes and rhyme schemes and just about any kind of mechanical thing you can think of to show you how to generate rhythms. The next thing I showed you here was the relativity of the scale with numbers or intervals and being able to set up around a line, putting in a reference part, saying that at the end of the song I have to come back to 1, and the song is probably going to start on the 5th note or the 3rd note or the 1st note of that song, and it's going to move down or up, down or up or down, and then I have to guess about how far down. If I'm going from 1 down to 5, it's going to be a big leap down. If I'm going from 1 to 7, it's going to be right next door and back. It's going to be simple. And I'm going to lay out my rhythms and push them up and down around this line to approximate the melody that I have in my head. And this is a way of being able to write what's in your head without having to be exactly accurate except rhythmically, which is important. Then when you sit down to the keyboard, you can play that pattern and you can figure out where it actually fits in the scale and correct all the little notes and putting them on the staff where they belong. And you're writing melodies. So that's it for tonight. I'd like to thank you all for coming to my live session, and I hope this is starting to sink in. Next week, we're going back to pencil, paper, and a hard backing, and I'm going to start tapping out rhythms. We're going to use Humpty Dumpty, and we're going to use butter, and then we're going to use the other 5 code words that we've used: drum, Tarzan, alligator, targator, and Alizan. And then we're going to add butter and add Humpty Dumpty into that until you can hear them and write them down. So until then, thank you everybody. Welcome to coming to my school. I hope someday if you're in the Haight-Ashbury, we'll get to meet you out on the street or in front of my door here. I'll sign an autograph or give you a big hug and say welcome to my world. Until then, night-night.